Hello, I am Dr. Carolyn Stevenson, and I am tremendously delighted to have this opportunity to share my story with you. I've been an educator for 35 years, 2 years in private school, 33 years in public school. For the last 17 years, I've been the music teacher at my school. As a music teacher, I get to teach everybody. Bilingual students, ESL students, dual language students, deaf ed students, gifted and talented, general education, special needs students, GAP program, SLC students, everybody. And so I've learned the importance of having an aligned curriculum and instruction to help our students grow and develop. And I have learned how music can take our students, no matter what their learning experience, and bring them all together. It's like magic. And that's what I want to talk about today, the magic of music. You may say to yourself, Dr. Stevenson, why did you choose the magic of music? Why not like the science of music or the art of music or the pedagogy of music? Well, because music is like magic. Magic, by its purest definition, is anything that can influence the course of an event. It can be something mysterious or something supernatural. And I want to say that music actually does that. It does influence the course of events. Now, you may consider magicians, we think of the movies, Walt Disney with Merlin or Houdini or David Copperfield and other famous magicians. And when you go to those shows, they do things that baffle you. You don't know how it's done. You can't write it down. You can't see it, but something happens. Some things happen that are so phenomenal that it'll put you in shock because you can't believe what it does. And that's the way music is. Sounds and energy from music can bring out feelings in you that you don't think about. Some music makes you cry. Some music make you laugh. Some music makes you afraid. Some music make you remember the times that you heard it and, we may not want to talk about that. But music is like magic. It influences the course of events. Everything in the human experience is influenced by music. And because of the power of music, it can influence the culture and the climate of your school. Let's consider now how the music teacher, the music class, influences the culture and the climate of the school. When we think about culture, we think about the way things are done, how things happen at the school. Well, the music teacher influences that because we prepare programs and performances for the entire school, which requires great communication. Communication with the custodial staff about seating arrangement, communication with the cafeteria staff about scheduling rehearsal, communication with the principal about getting dates for the performances, communication with the administrative team to make sure there's nothing else going on at the time where the performance may impose on whatever that activity is, communication with the counselor to make sure that we have proper communication written or through emails or through the phone system to communicate with parents. And so what actually happens without knowing it, there is a system that is developed to operate programs and performances for our school that includes the entire school. And so what we have now is the way that we do things. When we think about the climate of a school, the climate of a school actually means the pattern of events, things that happen at the school. And I am so proud to be able to say that we have such a beautiful relationship, myself and our administrative team and our schools, that we have quite a pattern that we have practiced for the last 17 years. We start in August with Welcome Back to School. September and October, Hispanic Heritage Month. November, Veterans Day and Thanksgiving. December, holiday celebrations and New Year's. January, Martin Luther King Jr. birthday celebration. February, Black History Month, Valentine's Day, and President's Day. March is the birth of spring and new beginnings. April, it's Earth Day and how to protect our planet. May, it's Mother's Day and graduation. A great pattern of events that directly influence the climate of our school. I have the wonderful experience of parents saying to me, are we going to have a Christmas program? Are we going to have a Veterans Day program? Teachers that come to me and say, Miss Stevenson, I'm excited. Are we going to have our Black History Show? I want my class to be a part of it. And I think you're getting the idea. It's not me or mine or yours, but it's we. Because the climate of the school, through the programming and through the music opportunities for students, provide a pleasant and cheerful climate. I say in my classroom, music brings three things: love, joy, and peace. Let me share with you something very dear to my heart, and that is the perception that the music class or the music teacher is just somewhere to send the children so that the regular teachers can have a break. Well, if we talk about teachers, we talk about curriculum, instruction, alignment, the music teachers would fit in that group. In fact, there is a wonderful curriculum for music development from pre-K to 12th grade in our public schools. What also is included is that everything that we teach in music, singing songs, dancing and moving, group activities, playing, performances, dramatic interpretations, all enhance the school climate, culture, and the learning. For an example, math is taught in notations, making sure that you have enough counts within a beat. Social studies is taught and emphasized as we teach songs from across the world. On an average music day, a child may come in and sing a welcome song from Ghana, do a dance from Guatemala, hear a story from American folklore, and then sing a song that they made up on their own. And that kind of creativity reads into writing, comprehension, everything that is happening at the school, the music teacher is involved with. Let me just give you a brief example of a just simple rhyme that we use in kindergarten that you may be familiar with, which is patty cake. Patty cake, make us men, roll it up, put them in a pan, mark it with a B, and put it in a pan. Well, from that very simple rhyme, we can create a story and allow the students to think of a story. We start off by saying, well, we've got to get ready for a party. It's a birthday party. What do we need to take to a birthday party? And so we have discussions. Well, we're going to have to get a cake. Where can we get the cake from? Let's call Patty. And then we sing the rhyme. We mark it with a B for baby. Who else could B stand for? And you would hear children say, Byron, Brianna. Now we end the party, and now what do we do? What do we bring to the party? We bring gifts. We have toys. And so there's discussion which helps children to create and to imagine, which feeds into every part of the learning experience. Not only that, but we also are involved in the social emotional learning of children, especially during this very critical time in American history. We get to sing songs about feelings that make them happy, feelings where they can make expressions, give an opportunity to talk about. And that love, that joy, that peace that comes through music is now a part of their daily experience. I must tell you, I have heard many, many stories from my little children, from somebody broke into my dad's truck and stole his tools, to it is my birthday today, or I'm getting a puppy for Christmas, or Miss Stevenson, my mom is having a baby. I get to hear it all, because when you come in the music room, there is no tension. There is no stress. It's an opportunity for the children to be free and make expressions. The music room, it's like magic. When I look back over the past 17 years and 35 years as an educator, I think I'm a magician. Music is like magic. I think I'm a magician. We had at our school, our kindergarten school, a 90-voice kindergarten boys choir. They did cadences. Our coach, is an Army veteran. He taught them how to turn left to right. We sang songs, we did speaking parts, had a beautiful concert. It was fantastic to see those little boys stand straight, listen carefully, sing their song. It was like magic. At our school, we have a deaf education program, and they're involved in all of our performances. This year, they sang a song, they did the hand signs, and they followed an interpreter. I didn't understand the depth of that until the deaf ed instructor explained it to me. With tears in her eyes, she said, "Ms. Stevenson, I'm so happy you've given these children this opportunity." They had a chance to practice 3 of the major skills of the deaf ed program. It's like magic. There was a little boy who was not always making good choices, if I could say it like that. Well, it was time for our Black History program. And he came to me and he said, "Miss Stevenson, I know Dr. King." Well, that's good. I'm so glad. No, Miss Stevenson, I know Dr. King. Well, what I learned was that he knew the ending to the entire I Have a Dream speech. And that little boy practiced memorization, which is one of the major skills in music and singing, and stood and quoted that speech. While parents looked on, people were taking pictures and made wonderful memories. It's like magic. Just last week, something fantastic happened at school. One of the former students came to visit and asked our principal, "Is Miss Stevenson still there?" I didn't know this, of course, until she got there. And he walked her in. I was on cafeteria duty. She walked in, and when she saw me, she said, Miss Stevenson. And, young people, she started jumping, so I started jumping. I said, "Hello." She said, "I can't believe you're still here. I love you so much, and I love music so much." And I said, "Well, I'm so glad to see you. You look great." And I said, "Well, now, what's going on?" And so she said she just came by. She was getting ready to graduate. She's going to start law school. She said this to me. It touched my heart. In addition, I guess I should say, she said, "Miss Stevenson, I still have my cummerbund from our Black History program." I said, "Honey, that was in the 90s. She said, "Yes, 1992. I was in 3rd grade. I stood in the floor of that cafeteria holding back the tears. I looked at my principal. I looked back at her. I said, "Honey, you still have the cummerbund?" She said, "Yes, Miss Stevenson, I love music. I didn't do very good in music in college, but I love music and I love singing, and I'm so glad to see you." So you can imagine what that meant to me, to know that what we were doing at our school helped to influence and shape her life. It's like magic. It influences the courses of events. It brings joy, happiness. It influences, music does, the culture and the climate of a school. And I am so fortunate to be able to say I am a music teacher. Maria von Trapp said it this way: "Music acts like a magic key to which the most tightly closed hearts are open."